What is up, y'all? What is up? Let's have a chat today about some easy things that you can do to help your brand, to help your business. Because something that I have found is that people tend to think that you need some huge, elaborate, strategic plan that you have to follow, check these boxes in order to have success in business, in order to move forward in business. And that is not true. Okay, that is not true. I know we see a lot of things on social media that is going to tell you otherwise, but if you're anything like me, when you start to see like you need spreadsheets and you need this and you need that, I'm automatically like, okay, no, thank you. I shut down, I get overwhelmed, and then I just have like paralysis in my business, and then I literally do nothing. Okay, and it gets me kind of like in a spiral. So if you are kind of in that spot and you still want to do some things to help move your business forward, some small but literally mighty things, then that's what we're gonna go over today, okay? Before we get any further, let's chat about this shirt. If you were a Daria fan, if you know who Daria is, that was my shit back in the day. I seen this shirt, had to grab it, and had to point it out and show it off to somebody. And you are that person for me. So if you're new around here, my name's Amanda. I am the owner and founder of The Launch Hive Creative, and we are a branding and website design business, and we work with bold and badass business owners. So what does that mean? We work with people who are not afraid to go against industry standards, who aren't afraid to break the mold and just do their own thing. So if that is you, you're in the right spot, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified anytime that we post videos much like this one. Okay, enough of that. Let's dive in. I'm going to go over 6 super easy things that you can do to help move your brand, move your business forward. And like I said before, although these things are small, they are mighty. So you can complete this list this week. So you can complete these 6 things to help your brand in the next 6 days. If you do not want to do that 1 item a day, you can break this up however you want, but when I'm telling you it's easy, I'm telling you it's easy. Okay, so the first thing on our list is a professional email. Okay, so if you do not have a professional email for your business yet, for your brand yet, this is something that you can do to help your brand. Okay, how is this going to help your brand? It is going to make people look at your business like it is more professional. Okay, that's what it's called, professional email. So instead of thelaunchhive@gmail.com, it is hello@thelaunchhive.com. Okay, so we don't have the Gmail at the end of our email, although the professional email is still Gmail on the other end. I feel like a lot of people are kind of like scared and they're like, oh, I don't want to learn like a whole new email system. It's literally Gmail. It's literally Gmail on the other end. So it's probably something that you're already used to, you've already worked with before, and it's super affordable. And I think that I pay like $72 a year to have a professional email. And like I said, I believe that this makes people look at your business, your brand a little bit more seriously. It makes you look a little bit more serious, a little bit more professional. So if that's something that you do not have for your business yet, that is one small, easy thing that you can do to kind of help your brand look a little bit more professional. So the next thing that I want to talk about is an email signature. Okay, so maybe you have a professional email, maybe you don't, but you don't have an email signature. So what is that? So an email signature is something that just kind of adds a little spice, I think, makes you look, again, more professional, in my opinion, like you have your shit together. And for mine, I created mine in Google Docs, but you can also create yours in Canva. If you just search email signatures in Canva, they have a ton of pre-made ones if you don't want to create yours on your own, but you can go that route. And typically it's a picture of you, your actual name, your business name, your socials, email, website, basically like how people can get in contact with you, learn more about you, that sort of thing. And then when you're in Gmail, you can set this up kind of like however you want. Like if you want your email signature to show up every time that you send an email back and forth to someone, then you can set it up that way. If you only want it to send like the first time that you send the email, so that if you have a thread, it's not like continuously showing up. So it allows you to customize it in that way. And like I said, I think that it just, again, it adds that professionalism, it adds that just a good look all around, that you actually care, you've put some time into your business, you have that professional email, now we have an email signature, and it just looks chef's kiss. Let's talk about probably one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to showcasing your brand online, is that people do not take the time to source brand imagery. So I totally understand that you might not be in the position to invest in brand photography for yourself. If you are in that position, 100%, I highly suggest you to please schedule a shoot, because these are game changer. But if you are not, this is what you can do, okay? So I see a lot of people going to Canva, which I love. I use Canva, but you need to customize those graphics, okay? So everyone sees the graphics in there, right? If you are keeping things exactly the same, you are using the same photos that they have in there, it starts to become recognizable. And personally, I start to look at your brand differently, because you could have put a little bit more effort there, if you ask me, okay? So all of the time that you probably spend scrolling YouTube, scrolling TikTok, scrolling Instagram, something else that you can do is start sourcing professional brand imagery that is cohesive and in alignment with your brand. So two websites that I absolutely love is pexels.com and unsplash.com. So these allow you to use these professional photos for free throughout your website, throughout your socials, that sort of thing. So I'm not 100% sure on Pexels, but I know Unsplash has an app, so you can easily, these are all free, you have to create a free account, you can go in there and you can just spend 10 minutes a day scrolling through there and finding photos that you think are on brand for you to be able to use in your graphics, for you to be able to use just on your feed, on your website in general. And the cool thing about this is that it allows you to create collections, it allows you to create categories, so you can split things up for certain maybe services or offerings, that sort of thing. So I highly encourage you to go to either one of those websites, browse some of those photos, and start a collection, start a stockpile, so that when it's time to create a graphic, when it's time to post something on social media, you have sourced imagery that is in alignment, like I said, that is going to look good, okay? Not like some Mod Podge of pictures that just aren't cohesive, don't look good. I am one of those people that do still want to see a cohesive feed. So if you are not one of those people and you don't really care about that, then this might not be the step for you, but that is something that even as a consumer, I look at. So I know if there's other people like me as well. So take some time, go and source some brand imagery, create some folders so that you have that on backup when you are ready to show up. Now, this next one, we are going to talk about evaluating your onboarding process, or maybe you don't have an onboarding process yet, you've kind of just been winging it. So this is something that, believe it or not, like I had an onboarding process, right? But I never took the time to write it out step by step, literally like step by step, what the process was. And when I did, I was able to realize that I had a lot of like unnecessary steps in there. I can make things a lot easier for my clients. And I can 100% say that I get a lot of my clients that tell me how easy it was to start working with me, how easy the onboarding was. And then by the end of our time together, they're like, now can you help me kind of set up my onboarding process, because yours was phenomenal. And I'm super proud of that, because this is like the first impression that people are going to get from you, like one of the first impressions, right? You want your clients to have an easy and seamless experience with us, and this onboarding process is that first step. So I encourage you to either one, if you already have an onboarding process, sit down and write it all out. Okay, what happens? Somebody hits the Inquire Now button on your website, they fill out a contact form. Once they fill out the contact form, what happens? Do you manually now go in and send them an email back? And what does that email say? Then what happens after that? Then when do you send the contract? When do you sign the proposal? Do you see where I'm going with that? Like, let's look at this and condense it and make it easy. And let's even add some automation in so it's not so hands-on and you don't have to be like waiting by your email, waiting for somebody to like fill something out in order to manually go ahead and send an email. Okay, does that make sense? So if you are someone who maybe doesn't have an onboarding process at all right now, like, let's sit down and think of maybe like the last person that you worked with or somewhere that you ordered something from online. Like, how was their process and did you enjoy it? What did you not enjoy about it? And let's kind of start to incorporate those things into your own process. Okay, so for me, I have some automation built into mine that makes things, easier so that I don't have to always be on my email, because I do have those notifications off so that I am not like glued to my phone and my anxiety isn't sky high when I see emails come through. So if you are like me and you have your notifications off, you can add some automation there. I use Dubsado. In the description, actually, I will include a coupon code if you are interested in that. I know that you get like a free week, but then I can give you 20% off of your first year. So I will include that in the description. But let's think about your onboarding process and how we can simplify it, how we can make it easy for you and your clients. Okay, lastly, let's talk about your Canva Brand Kit. What is this? So if you do not have the paid version of Canva, I suggest that you get it because it has a ton more benefits than the free version, and it's only like $13 a month, I think. So with the paid version, you can create graphics without like the watermark. So the watermark will no longer be there. You have a ton more photos to choose from. Earlier, how I talked about brand imagery, this is a great place too, where you can start searching for some awesome brand images and throw them in a folder. You can create folders in there to stay organized. The paid version is magical, okay? And the paid version also gives you access to a brand kit, which allows you to save your color palette, save the fonts that you're wanting to use, save your logos, which is going to save you time. So instead of going into Canva and having to manually put in your hex code, search for the fonts that you're wanting to use, literally it's all right there. When you go and hit the color, your brand colors are going to pop up first, and then you still have the option to use other colors, obviously, but your brand colors are right there. When you go to do a font, your fonts are right there. Okay, it saves so much time and it allows you to stay on brand. So if you have not upgraded to Canva Pro, I think you need to do that. It's definitely worth it. Like I said, you get the brand kit, you get access to so much more, like photos and elements and stickers and all of that stuff. It's amazing. So go ahead and look into that. So just a little recap on what we spoke about. Some freaking easy things that you can do this week or one a week to kind of help your brand is create a professional email, create an email signature, start sourcing some brand imagery on some stock photography websites, evaluate your onboarding process or create an onboarding process, and create your Canva Brand Kit or upgrade to Canva Pro if you are not there yet. So although these are super small, super easy, does not take a ton of time to do, they play a big role in helping your business. Small but mighty, right? So these simple things can help your business. And it's kind of just like proof that you do not always need to have some huge master plan, some strategy in place to move your business along and help your business. So If you have questions, drop them down below. I want to chat all about it. I love talking about onboarding processes. Let's talk about Daria. Let's talk about anything that we mentioned today here in the comments. If you have not yet hit that subscribe button, make sure that you do so that you can be notified anytime that we post videos much like this one. Bye.